Hi world, hi YouTube, this is Sabrina in China. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. Guys, today I will be reacting to a video. I will be comparing what the American children are exposed to compared to what Chinese children are exposed to. If you're interested, keep watching. Guys, before I get into the video, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's go. So, guys, I'm going to be reacting to a video that has been making rounds on YouTube and TikTok. It's by a 9-year-old who's singing the most derogatory song that a 9-year-old could ever be singing. And I want to talk about it because when I watch this video and think about the kids that I teach that are like 6 to 7 years old, and I see this child at 9 years old, and I just feel so horrible, so bad about this video, and I want to react to it. Let me show you guys the video and you guys can listen to the lyrics of the song that this 9-year-old is singing. Enough. So if you didn't get the lyrics, let me tell you what he's saying. He's saying, if she ain't sucking, I think you know what, little bitch, you can get the F out my shit. 100 rounds, hit him with the Glock, take an effer down. 100 round, bitch, we in that kill, we gon' take him down. 12 get behind me, we gonna do 60 effing miles. And that 12 get behind me, he's talking about cops, he's talking about police officers chasing him, and then he's going to do 60 miles. So yeah, that's a 9-year-old, guys. That's an American 9-year-old. And it's absolutely mind-boggling, mind-blowing to me that a 9-year-old could be singing a song like this and it's being promoted on YouTube and celebrated. Like, there are some people under the comments like saying that, oh, he's so talented and he's going to be a star and stuff like that. Obviously, there are people condemning this, but the fact that it's allowed to be on YouTube, it's crazy to me. And YouTube has blocked creators with moral viewpoints, with moral stance. But a child that is singing the most derogatory song, they don't think about blocking that. But there's also another video with this child where he picked up some piece of paper and he looked at it and he said, what the F does this say? I'm only 9, indicating that at 9 years old, he cannot read. I think that is, I can't understand that. How is it possible that he's 9 years old and he's not able to read? Guys, I'm gonna show you my students. They are 6 to 7 years old. This is what they're able to do.
Can I have your book, please? Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have your student ID card, please? Here. Thank you. Can I have a dictionary, please? No, I'm sorry. Can I have a pencil, please? Here. Thank you. Can I have your notebook, please? No, I'm sorry.
Very good. So yeah, 6 to 7 years old, Chinese kids are able to read in a second language. They're already able to read in Chinese, but now they're reading in a second language. Some of these kids also study Spanish. So they're learning 3 languages at 6 to 7 years old. You know, people wonder, I made a video talking about I would prefer to raise my child in China over the US, and this is why. Because in the Chinese society, kids are not exposed to gun violence, sex, and sexuality at such a young age. The Chinese kid right now would not sing a song like this, as they are not exposed to gun and gun violence in this manner. And it would not be promoted as something that is good. Here in China, kids are allowed to be kids. Kids focus on kid stuff and learning. And yes, the Chinese education system, it's pretty tough. I know that. I am a teacher here. Sometimes I feel bad for the kids. The amount of tasks they have to do, it's also extreme. However, the government has been making steps to reduce the amount of pressure the education system here in China have on these kids. For example, closing some training centers. A lot of training centers closed in the last 3 years, reducing the amount of kids that have after school lessons and homeworks. Teachers now are encouraged not to give kids homework, especially kindergarten kids, not to give them too much homework. And some subjects aren't taught until grade 3 here in China to reduce the amount of pressure and stress that kids face in the education system here in China. So the government is definitely taking steps to reduce the pressure on kids here. So yeah, but when you compare the two, when you compare the fact that kids in the US are exposed to so much sex and sexuality and gun violence to the Chinese kids that are learning and studying. There's one video on my channel where my students went to study robots at 6 to 7 years old. They're learning about robots and they are fascinated about that, and their world revolves around science and math and learning, and they're excited about that. That gets the kids in my kindergarten riled up. Guys, if you see some of the kids in my kindergarten, how smart they are, how fluent they already are in English. When you see those kids, the progress they've made, it's so wonderful. You know, society shape kids. And what is happening right now in the US is going to lead to an utter breakdown of the American system. People talk about China collapsing, but you know what the greatest collapse will be? When this young generation that focus so much on sex and gun and all that social media has to offer, when this generation, this young generation grow up, what will be the outcome of the American society compared to the Chinese society? You know, like they talk about China collapsing all the time. The Americans talk about China's collapsing, but let's think about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Where will China's young children be in compared to the American young children? Where will they be? Because one set, they're focusing on education and learning and family values. Another set, about sex, gun violence, social media. That's all that's what they're focusing on now. I just want to reinforce that God knows, if I were pregnant now, I would be okay with raising my child in China, because there's still some values here. Kids are taught kid stuff. Kids are kids, you know? And there is no way that a 9-year-old should be singing a song like that. There is no way that that should be allowed on the internet. And sometimes we talk about how the government here controls the internet and all of that kind of stuff. God knows that should not be on the internet. Like, that should not be on the internet. That should not be on the internet where other kids are seeing that and thinking, wow, little RT is getting all this fame. That's the name of the child that's singing that song. Little RT is getting all this fame and popularity from singing this song. Maybe I can do the same. Influencing other kids to do the same because fame looks good, right? It's admirable. Young kids want that, wants the attention. Why would I want? So yeah, that should not be allowed on the internet. So yeah, in China, that would not be allowed on the internet. A child singing a song like that would not and could not be allowed on the internet. Therefore, Chinese kids would not be influenced to think like that. So right now, I don't know, guys, China is making a lot of sense to me. And values, are still intact. And so that is my take, guys. That is my reaction. And so guys, that is it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, feel free to share it, spread the message that life is sane in China, and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to comment below. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, this is Sabrina in China. Goodbye.